Three stocks I'm buying now, March 2021 edition. Welcome in, guys, to my favorite series I do on this channel each and every month. If you don't know me, I do long-term investments in companies. These are not some kind of day trades we're getting into this video. I'm going to share with you not just these stocks, but why, the bullish thesis I have on these particular stocks. I stick to a plan that I call the 90% plan over the next 3 to 5 years, okay? I'm looking for the type of stocks, and these are the stocks I'm going to be sharing with you here today, that have a 90% plus probability, in my opinion, based upon all the research I've done on them, looking at the valuation, everything, that have a 90% plus chance of 2xing or more in the next 3 to 5 years. And I believe these companies have a 90% plus chance of basically not going down 50% plus, okay? That's kind of what I always stick to. Like, it's all about risk reward. I want stocks that can at least double up my money or more than that over the next 3 to 5 years. And I want stocks that are not going to go down like 50% plus. Let's put it that way. And I could continue to buy these stocks in future months. So just because I'm buying these stocks this month doesn't mean I won't buy them in future months. I could continue to buy these for many months to go in the future, maybe even years to go in the future. Today I'm going to share with you guys two for sure stocks, like two stocks that I'm for sure buying in March 2021, and three probably stocks. So three stocks that is very likely I'm going to buy them as well. So you're actually going to get 5 stocks here today rather than 3 stocks. It just doesn't sound as good. 2 for sure stocks I'm buying plus 3 probably stocks I'm buying. That doesn't sound as good in the YouTube title, right? The goal today, as far as smashing, we've got to get to 11,000 thumbs up in this video. The February edition got to 10,942 thumbs up. I think we can take that down in this edition, guys. I really think we got it. So let's go for it. And yeah, let's go ahead and reach it. I think we can crush that number. As far as the private group, if you want to try to apply for that, that's going to be linked in the description, my private stock group. It's also going to be maybe the pinned comment down there. All right, guys, let's start getting this. So first off, the market today was up a ton. I mean, does it have to go up right the day I'm going to come out with my 3 stocks? Like, I always come out with them on the 1st, and sure enough, like, the market's got to go up. Like, why can you been down today, market? You've been going down, and all of a sudden I got to post this video. You go up a bunch, man. All right, guys, let's get into this, okay? First stock up here of these stocks. This stock is one of the 2 for sure buys, okay? TTCF, the Tattooed Chef. It's a $21 stock here today, $1.7 billion market cap on it, and this is a for sure buy for me in March 2021, okay? In the private group, we have a Discord chat, and essentially we have this one category where we just post, basically photos of Tattooed Chef products all over the United States of America, and people live all over the place. They even live all over the world in that group. And basically we post photos of, going to Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, Target, different stores. And what we're seeing is distribution getting out there in a massive way in regards to Tattooed Chef. And I mean, I think we're like boosting their sales just in the private group, man. All of us have been buying their products left and right. This company is fast growth, okay? And I mean really fast growth. They're expected to grow revenues in 2021 by over 50%, okay? A really large number. This is not some boring food company like, I don't know, a Conagra Foods or Heinz or something like that, okay? This is anything but. This is fast growth. This is a lot of plant-based foods is what they sell for the most part, okay? And they are just a growth beast and will likely continue to be a growth beast for years and years to go in the future. And I love companies that are in the food and drink space and are growing fast. Back in the day, I had a really successful investment in a company named Monster. Okay, back then they were called Hanson's Natural Beverage. And yeah, I mean, those companies are just really good to see when you can see like, oh, they're going to get more distribution in these stores. The sell-through is really strong. They're coming out with more SKUs and things like that. And that's exactly what I'm seeing with Tattooed Chef. This company now, okay, this news just came out last week. They now have $200 million in cash on their balance sheet, okay? 200 mil. They are cashed up to the sky. They got 200 million cash. And keep in mind, the market capitalization for this company recently has been trading anywhere from 1.5 billion to 1.7 billion. And they have 200 million cash on the balance sheet, okay? So which means essentially they just are loaded up to the sky with cash, okay? They're ready for mass hiring, which they're gonna need to do, okay? They're gonna scale this into a food giant business, okay? They're gonna need to add a lot more employees, a lot more salespeople, a lot more distribution people, a lot more people in production facilities, and they have the cash around. They don't need to even take out loans or worry about anything like that. Never mind when the cash flows start coming in for this business in a massive way and the profitability increases, things like that. but they're ready. They're ready for mass hiring as they need. They're ready for more production, more factories if necessary, for anything. This company is vertically integrated and they're ready for anything as far as adding any new lines, whether it be packaging, whether it be the production, whether it be growing crops, anything like that. They're ready, okay? And they're ready to scale to become a food giant over the coming years. Let's talk about the next few years, okay? This year, 2021, they're focused on more distribution in stores, all right? And more SKUs, more SKUs in stores as well, okay? SKUs is just like an individual product, okay? And this company has, geez, I think it's over 50 SKUs now. It's ridiculous, but they only have like, 2 to 6 in most stores. So they're gonna get massive distribution over the coming year as far as more product lines and things like that. You know why? Because these things sell, and they sell really good. As a matter of fact, they sell usually much better than anything they compete with in their spaces, okay? So they're gonna get more distribution into more stores, Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, Target. It's getting hard to not see Tattooed Chef now in a Sam's Club, a Costco, Walmart, Target. 6 months ago, you could definitely find some out there. Now we're having trouble like going through a Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, Target, any of those type of stores and being like, we can't find any products of Tattooed Chef. So by the end of this year, they'll probably be in every single location, or almost every single location. And in a lot of these stores, they're gonna end up getting likely 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 SKUs. And in some of those stores, they only have like 2. Like for instance, a local Target, kind of by this Arizona house where I'm recording this, they only have 2 SKUs right now, Tattooed Chef. At this time next year, they're probably gonna have, I would say at least 4, but probably 6 or 8 SKUs. A lot of the Target locations are carrying 4 to 6 SKUs. That's probably gonna go to 8 to 10 SKUs over time. Sam's Club, Costco, they, Costco's don't have a ton of SKUs. They have a few right now. Sam's Club, I'm looking at like 6 to 8 SKUs in a lot of Sam's Clubs now, and there's gonna be a lot more in the future, okay? 2022 is all about grocery stores. So right now, you're not gonna find a lot of Tattooed Chef as far as their branded products in a ton of big grocery chains yet, okay? They're really focused on Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, Target stores like that first. Then they're going to grocery stores in mass, and that should open up in the back half of this year, but in terms of the numbers being reflected in a major way, should be 2022. The management team has talked about this. And yeah, the grocery store sales should be, incredible. Because where do most people buy their food? Grocery stores, okay? So that's obviously going to be very important. They have relationships with companies like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, companies like that already, but that's for their private label stuff. And obviously Trader Joe's isn't going to carry Tattooed Chef because they don't carry any branded products, okay? But yeah, big grocery stores, think Kroger, Safeway, Vons, Albertsons, all those big grocery store chains. Maybe even grocery store chains like Sprouts and Harris Teeter and some of those other ones. I'm trying to think of what that other popular grocery store chain was in Charlotte and in the Carolinas in general. Really big in Florida. Can anybody think about that one? Man, the name escapes me right now. But yeah, think about all those. You're going to likely see them in all those big grocery store chains in 2022. 2023 and past, it's all about SKU expansion. It's all about sell-through of the product, making sure their brand's, in a very good place. It's all about international expansion. This company's just, they're trying to produce everything they can just for the States right now, and that's going to be like that for the next couple of years. But past 2023 and past, they're going to be able to get to international markets and expand their brand to more of a worldwide level. And, obviously the opportunity for this company is much bigger outside the United States than it is inside the United States, okay? Mass profitability should start pouring in 2023 and moving in future years because the company will have already scaled to some really large volumes at that time. And in a food business, that's where you're really going to start seeing a lot of cost synergies, and you're going to just start seeing profitability likely increase in a massive way for this company. Sam Galletti is the one that leads this company. This man has been in the food industry longer than I've been alive on this earth, okay? He is just the man. He knows how to get in with retailers. He knows how to talk to these folks. He knows the food business inside and out. And then Sarah Galletti, his daughter, is the creative director at this company. She just does an amazing job, just flat out an amazing job. I mean, some of her products are just really dang good tasting. I remember the pepperoni pizza bowl, which isn't even made with real pepperoni. It's like their own product. Oh my gosh, man, that thing is so dang good. I want one right now just thinking about it, okay? This company will become a food giant. If we fast forward to 2030, which by the way, they're gonna be considered a food giant way before that in my personal opinion, but if we fast forward to 2030, this company has a good opportunity, at least, to have a market capitalization of $10 to $20 billion. And that's what it's going to be if they're truly going to become a food giant, because that's where food giants are valued. Food giants are valued $10 to $20 billion, some more than $20 billion, but I can definitely see this company getting to that place. Right now, the current market capitalization for this company is in the $1 to $2 billion range. That's where it's been trading at for months and months and months, okay? So needless to say, when I'm thinking about risk reward, you know, unless, I don't know, no one buys Tattooed Chef anymore and they just can't, I don't know, get any distribution anywhere outside of those scenarios, which is very unrealistic, this company should see mass expansion, a ton of SKUs in stores, strong sell-through, brand building into a food giant, and yeah, this company will be able to, you know, eventually get to a place where they're able to produce hundreds of millions of dollars of net income on the bottom line, if not, dare I say, $1 billion someday, long from now, okay? It all comes down to execution. When it comes to stock, how many shares do I own so far? All I continue to buy. So right now I own over $500,000 in the public. Oh wait, wrong stock. That's the wrong T stock there. Okay, Tattooed Chef. In the public account, I own $105,000 worth in that account, and in my main private account, which is obviously bigger than my public account, I own $349,000 worth of Tattooed Chef in that account. So you know, over $450,000, getting close to $500,000 in that stock. And as far as what could I buy in the stock, I could buy another $100,000 to $200,000 more worth of these shares. You know, anything under 25 is a give me. Anything under 20 is a gimme, okay? Basically, like anything under 20, I'm just like screaming gimme. And under 25, I love this. And obviously, even if it goes to 30 or 40, you know, over the next few years, when you still look at its long-term opportunity in front of this company, it's rather massive. It's not like what they're doing is unprecedented in the food industry or something like that. We know food giants can command $10 billion, $15 billion, $20 billion, and even more than that valuations over time. And I think that's where this company's going. So that's why I'm willing to put another $100,000 to $200,000 in this stock. I love TTCF, and I will gladly be a buyer of this stock this month and in future months as well, okay? The number 2 for sure stock up here, and then we'll get into those 3 probably buys. Number 2 for sure stock is Corsair Gaming, ticker symbol CRSR. Corsair Gaming today is about a $37 stock. It's a market capitalization of $3.3 billion, and yeah, they make a lot of different gaming and streaming related products, okay? And I mean a lot of them. Talk about a company with a lot of SKUs, okay? And they're in all the big retailers you really want to be in, Best Buy, Target, obviously on Amazon, things like that. And their products get really good reviews. You can look at their reviews on Best Buy, you can look at their reviews on Amazon. I mean, the products sell, they sell well. They're building up a very nice customer base that's very loyal for basically creating very good products. And this is really good news for Corsair long term. As far as current year goes, analysts have this company growing revenues anywhere from like 10% to 12% I've seen. And I think they're setting up to smash those numbers. I think this company's going to grow revenue 20% plus this year. I mean, they couldn't get a lot of product out there last year. So although sell-through was really strong, they couldn't get enough product out in many of these categories. And never mind, gaming is just going to continue to build. I think they're setting up to blow those numbers out of the water this year. We'll see. Obviously, time will tell. But I think they're going to smash it, man. I mean, absolutely smash it. As far as EPS goes, I mean, the expectations are so dang low for EPS. $1.55 versus $1.60 a year ago, so they're expecting EPS to go down. Next year, $1.81 EPS is expected. I think within the next 1 to 2 years, they're going to start doing $2 plus of EPS in the bottom line. So I just don't agree with the revenue estimates, and I don't agree with EPS estimates. I think this business is going to be a far better grower on the top line and a far better grower on the bottom line when it comes to net income than any of these analysts are believing. I'm just looking at it, I'm just like, I don't see whatever they're seeing. Okay, let's just put it that way, right? You know, I guess they're thinking maybe everybody's bought gaming stuff already, so no one's going to buy gaming stuff. I'm just like, that's not the way this is going to play out. And plus, they got to channel fill so many items that are out. Still a ton of these stores. I don't even think they're calculating their numbers right. That's all I'm going to say, okay? Forward P on the stock is 24, which is way too low in my opinion for a company that has a decade, if not multi-decade growth opportunity in front of themselves. And obviously, it's a competitive space with other brands, and like this one, okay, HP is buying gaming accessory brand HyperX for $425 million. That's really good news, okay? That came out last week. I thought that was really good news. That just shows, how much belief and, liking there is in the gaming space right now that a big company like HP wants to buy. It's also good news because that's going to mean that company's going to likely crash and burn, okay? Oh, gosh, okay? Yeah, HP buys you. I don't know about that, okay? This sentence says it best here at The Verge, all right? HP has been making strides to enter the gaming peripheral space the last several years under the Omen brand, but has not gained much traction compared to competitors such as Corsair, Logitech, and Razer. And that's just the truth, okay? And speaking about Logitech's almost an $18 billion company. And the way I look at Corsair Gaming is they're a much smaller, cooler version of Logitech, in my opinion. I think Corsair over the next 5-10 years is going to grow into a hardware giant, and I'm hoping even a software giant longer term. I think, I think this company's smart, and I think they realize if they can grow into a software giant, they're going to be able to command way higher multiples than ever before. And Corsair's made some very, very interesting acquisitions recently, okay, that are really going to maybe put this company with a little more focus in regards to software. Software is where you can get major valuation upgrades. Software is what provides a lot of what people feel is safety around a hardware business. So if I'm looking at this company long term, I think they have a chance over the next 5-10 years to get to a place where Logitech's at, if not bigger. And it really comes down to the software side. If they can successfully build a software business along with this hardware business, oh my gosh, okay? That's where you talk about game-changing type company, and you go from a couple $billion-dollar company to $10 billion, $20 billion type company, okay? Corsair, I love this company. It's founder-led. Gentleman, co-founder in 1994, and he's just led this company throughout all his growth. He's done a great job. I love founder-led companies. You guys know I own several of those founder-led companies, and they're in a massive growing market. The gamer market is not slowing down. It's only going to get bigger and bigger. Like, is the gaming market going to be bigger or smaller in 5 years than it is today? Massively bigger, obviously. What about 5 years after that? Massively bigger, okay? And this company has growing SKUs. Some of their SKUs are big money. Let's just put it that way. I mean, some products they sell are $3,000+. It's not like they're small amounts. And remember all that stimulus money that's about to be sloshed out there, right? $1,400. You think any of that's going to end up in Corsair's hands? Okay, think about these type of things, all right? In long term, obviously, the opportunity is massive in front of this company. I mean, just massive. So I started buying this stock not too long ago, and so far, I own $75,000 worth of shares in the public account. My main private account, I own $131,000 worth of shares in that account. So over $200K so far I have in the stock. I could buy another $250,000 worth of Corsair shares here. I would say $250,000. That sounds about good. And under $40 is ideal for the stock. I'm willing to go over that, but yeah, anything under 40 is really what I love in regards to Corsair Gaming. So super bullish on that company over the long term. And yeah, I hope that the stock price stays under 40 for months and months to go in the future. I'm not sure it will, but I hope it does, because I would love to just continue to add another $250,000 worth of this stock in there, okay? And that is my own money. It's not like I run an ETF and, I can just invest other people's money. That's actually my money. So whenever, I put these type of dollar amounts behind it, I really believe in these companies be putting the money where my mouth is and things like that, okay? Very, very important there, okay? Now let's get into the 3 probably stocks up here, okay? The 3 stocks that I'm probably going to buy. And the first one up of the bunch is Facebook stock, okay? Now, I said in the year 2025, I believe Facebook is going to be the biggest company in the world market cap-wise. I stand by that. And right now, it looks like they're a long shot, because they're at like a $750 billion market cap, and you have Apple trading at like $2 trillion plus. I think Facebook is about to command massively higher multiples in future years. It is the most disrespected stock by far and away in the stock market. And I'm going to talk about the 2 negative things that people really talk about when it comes to Facebook, and we'll address that. And I thought, let's go ahead and address this, okay? First off, the company is silly cheap. It trades at a forward P of 22, and keep in mind, they're likely going to blow away EPS numbers next year. So forward P of 22 is laughable, literally laughable for the stock. Here's what's going on with Facebook. They own Facebook. They own Facebook Messenger. They own Instagram. They own WhatsApp. They own Oculus. Their user base continues to increase around the world. Ad rates continue to increase around the world and will continue to. What you had to pay 5 years ago to get in front of people's face on Facebook, Instagram was a lot less than it is now. And it's going to be a whole lot more in 5 years from now than it is today, okay? Ad rates will continue to rise substantially in future years. The company has over $60 billion in cash. They have rapid growth. I mean, we're talking about this company should be able to still grow at a 20% plus clip on top line for years to go in the future. Super cheap forward P of 22. It's a joke, okay? Joke. And keep in mind, the real 4P is about 19, okay? In the 18 and 19 range, in my opinion, okay? But there's something really exciting, okay, that's about to happen with the Facebook. So in the past, it's been very disrespected because it's been all about, you know, the Facebook platform, and it's like, oh, what if everybody left Facebook or whatever? It's like, man, why haven't they left, okay? You know, what if everybody leaves Instagram, that whole thing, okay? And it's kind of been about that old story around Facebook, but what this is going to turn into is this is going to turn into a virtual reality story around Oculus in future years. And this is exactly the catalyst Facebook needs in a massive way, okay, in the worst way possible. So Oculus is going to turn into a multi-billion-dollar business over the next few years. Rapid growth in VR. And when I look at this, this is going to turn into an Oculus story, and Oculus is going to be talked about in the forefront of Facebook when you talk about Facebook. So although Facebook, Instagram, platforms like that are going to still be the cash cows, the real story is going to be around Oculus. And that is going to end up helping this company command a much higher multiple than it has in previous years. This company should be, let me be very clear, this company should be trading at least double the value here today. This company should be it's one of the best business models ever in creation of mankind, okay? It's one of the most important companies, if not the most important company in the entire world, okay? And it should be trading at a forward P of 40 to 50. Without a doubt, and it trades a 20, okay? It's just silly. So as this starts to turn into an Oculus story, you're going to see a stock that's going to command a much higher multiple. And there was a time, I used to talk about this all the time in regards to Apple stock back in the day. I used to explain to people, Apple's going to command a much higher multiple in the future. You know why? Because basically people were trying to value Apple years ago still as a hardware business instead of a software business, okay? And here today, Facebook is the most disrespected stock in the stock market, certainly in big tech, and that will change. I can promise you that over the next few years, okay? And that's why I'm very confident to say out there, 2025, this will be the biggest company in the world market capitalization-wise, okay? Now let's talk about the two negative things that people always like to bring up in regards to this company. One is the whole Apple change that's about to happen, okay? And they're saying, well, you know, Apple's basically going to try to hurt Facebook and small business in their new change, okay? So right now, if you're a small business, you don't have the money to advertise on television. You don't have the money to advertise on, you know, I don't know, huge commercials and things like that. Like, your best option for advertising is on things like Facebook and Instagram, right? Let's say you sell German Shepherd statues, okay? And you want to get in front of people's face on Facebook and Instagram that, you know, are into German Shepherds, and you love to sell these statues that you make out of your house or a little factory or something like that. Well, right now, by far and away, your best bet is essentially to, you know, go on Facebook, Instagram, and target people that have liked German Shepherd photos and things like that in the past, right? And right now, there's going to be a big Apple change that's about to happen where essentially, as a consumer, you can basically say, you know, I don't want, you know, any data tracked or anything like that. And that's a situation that will hurt Facebook a little bit, but it really hurts the small businesses when you really break it down. Because at the end of the day, if you're a small business, you still need to advertise. You still need to get the word out. So Apple's going to make it where, you know, I don't think they realize this isn't going to hurt Facebook as bad. People are just going to need to spend a lot more dang money to advertise on Facebook and Instagram now because they're not going to get nearly as much bang for their buck as they did before. But they don't have other options to go out there and advertise. That's the thing. Like, it's still going to be the best game in town. So, you know, Apple in the situation, obviously Apple, their business model, they want everybody to buy stuff on the App Store, right? Because Apple gets a 30% cut every time you buy something on the App Store. And that's the way they want it, right? That's called the Apple tax, okay? That 30%, give me the 30%. And so a platform that's free like Facebook, Instagram, or any other free stuff out there, right? It's not the best stuff for Apple. They want to make money off that, and they can't make money. So, you know, that's something really big to think about there. And then let's talk about the government breakup, okay? Let's talk, what if you know, they broke up Facebook from Instagram? You know, I could make a very strong argument that that could be the best thing ever for Facebook stock, okay? Because as of right now, this company trades extremely cheap. If this was some super overvalued stock with a forward P of, I don't know, 125 or something like that, or a forward P of 250, I'd say, oh boy, man, that could hurt it bad. But when you're trading at a forward P of 22 or 20 or 18 or 19 or wherever it's at, right? And you've got rapid growth going behind you, it could be that you could unlock so much shareholder value. But at the end of the day, is government really going to break up the FB? No, because if you break up FB, why are you not going to break up Google? And why are you not going to break up Apple? And why are you not going to break up Amazon and Microsoft and all the other big companies on the come up right now, okay? If you break up them, you're going to have to break up everything. So I don't see that being the most realistic scenario. And so, yeah, those are the two big concerns that hit people all the time. And I'm just like, I don't think they're as big concerns as people make them out to be. And that's why I went ahead today and I bought another $52,000 worth of the FB stock. I think the stock will double up, triple up over the next 3 to 5 years. And as far as, going down 50%, yeah, nothing could ever be at 0%, but it's pretty darn close. Alrighty, guys, number 2 of 3 probably stock up here is Pfizer stock, ticker symbol PFE, okay, pharmaceutical company. Now, when it comes to Pfizer, I mean, this company trades so dang cheap. It's at a forward P of 10. Are you kidding me? They're one of the biggest producers, are going to be one of the biggest producers of the Ronavaxes, and they have many other products in the pipeline and many other products out there today. Huge business, obviously. CEO says, the pipeline at the company is the strongest it's ever been at the company. So really in a good spot over the next 5 to 10 years. It's a very simple investment. There's not some type of magical thing here with Pfizer. It's just a dividend beast. And so I just started buying it in my dividends only account, which is available for everybody in my private group to see every single move I make in that particular account along with the public account. But I looked at the stock and it's like at a 4.66% yield, extremely low forward P, super stable business, a profit machine over the coming years. And, this is a company that should, basically bring in $3 or $3 or more than $3 of EPS each year for the next few years. And, that's like a 50% payout ratio or less than a 50% payout ratio for this company. So they're in a really, really good spot. Super simple investment, just a beast of a company. As a dividend stock, I love it. It's just like one of those stocks I would, I feel like the valuation's so low right now. I'd love just putting money in that stock and basically kind of treating it as like, I'd rather have that money, let's say where I put money, in a savings account or Pfizer stock. I'd much rather have it in Pfizer stock, to be completely honest, than have it in a savings account. Obviously, I'll always have some money in savings accounts and checking accounts and things like that. But man, I do view it and I'm like 4.66%, plus I'm going to probably get share appreciation on that stock too. That looks a lot more attractive than my dollar's getting devalued all the time, right? Alright, guys, and the last one up here, stock number 3 of 3, that is a probably, and I've added some shares of the stock recently. It is GGTTF. Can't talk about the stock because it is way too small of a market cap, and I will, I can't talk about it. That's all I'm going to say as of right now. There will be a day when I can talk about that stock, but it's not today, okay? But it is, very much a potential me buying more shares of that stock in March. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, let me know if you own any of these stocks, if you're buying any of these stocks. I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. As always, don't forget to smash the thumbs up if you haven't already. We're looking for 11,000. That is a goal we're going to all try to hit in this video. I think we can do it, guys. I really think we can crush 11,000. And if you're looking to apply for my private stock group, there's going to be linked in the description. Also have it as a pinned comment down there. If you're somebody that's felt like you kind of got lucky in the market, you made some money and you don't really know what you're doing yet, and you need to get to a much higher level, we can definitely help you with that and things like that. Let's just put it that way. And there's literally hundreds of videos in the private group to learn from. We have, basically coaching programs now even in there from 6 and 7 figure coaches. So much more. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's linked in the description. Also have that as a pinned comment. Thank you for watching and have a great day.